Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. This is not financial advice. I tell you a bunch of them, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. And make sure you talk to a licensed financial advisor in your area before you take on any investing. Investing carries risk, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But there are some stocks on the market right now that are absolutely going crazy, and the companies have not even gotten to a point where they can potentially get. Now, let's get right into it. MP Materials is one that I see that's on fire today, but I encourage you that you learn the technicals, you learn the charts. You look at a chart, you can see the supports, you can see the resistances. When you learn it deeply enough, you can tell where the institutions are buying it. Those are the ones who are often pushing them up. I always bring the institutions to your mind so you know when you get into a trade and then you immediately start losing, it's because you often trading with everyday people, but you want to see it right before your Bank of Americas get in, your JP Morgans get in. You want to see it right before them. So then you could get in, and then when they get in, family, to take you to the moon. So MP Materials is currently $95, up about 20% on the day, but it's still only a $16 billion company. Now I know what you're thinking, only $16 billion is a lot. It is, but like I always tell you, there are companies worth $5 trillion almost on the stock market. So 16 billion is small compared to what these companies can get to. I'm not saying this is going to get to 5 trillion, for example, but even if this gets to 30 billion, it'll basically almost double. But a lot of things have to happen in order to see something like that. And the reason this one is pumping is because it's a rare earth materials kind of a play. When you look at these rare earths, the reason they're important is because a lot of institutions, they're betting against them. That's called short selling it. So they sold it up front and then they got to buy it back later. It's actually the exact opposite. You know how you buy a stock and then you got to sell it later? The institutions, when they go short, they sell it first and then they buy it back later. So you can look into that if you so choose, but I'm not gonna get into none of the details on short selling. But remember, the beginning is selling, the end is buying. So when they all got to buy it all at once at the end, it could pump the price up like crazy. And then that's called a short squeeze. So the shorts, everybody just rushing in. And MP Materials, this is what happened to them. The short sellers are on pressure right now because JP Morgan announced a plan to invest $1.5 trillion into many industries that are critical to the United States national security and economic resilience, including rare earth material companies. And next thing you know, the people who were selling MP Materials with the intent to buy it back later, aka a short seller, now they got to load in and keep buying it and they're pushing the price up. Moomoo has a tool on it that helped me to keep track of these types of things, and it's called the Daily Short Sale Tracking. And it's showing me all of the different stocks and how they're changing. And I'm going to read you a few of the symbols on them. PATH, they got KVUE, they got RKT,